do? What it do?
What up,
What's
nigga?
up, Kev?
Hey, what up?
Coolin'. What it do? What's pop?
Hey, what you gonna, man, you gonna do the interview, man? I need to get you on that bitch.
What you about to get into?
Man, we can do that bitch now if you want. Fuck
Man, let's go in the hood, man. Nigga know who I be, you know what I'm saying? I be Isaac Chapman, Isaac Elliott Chapman, you know. You can call it what you want to. Some people call me Pac Man, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was tight, it was alright, you know. It was all good, you know. Nigga was thugging for a little minute. You heard me?
Yeah.
Man was a whole nother level, you know. Nigga fucking hoes, stealing shit out of stove. Whatever the fuck happened at that time, you know. A lot of youngsters on drugs, you know. A lot of niggas wasn't on that level at that time, so they looked at a nigga like they was crazy, you know, but shit, nigga just was being them, you know.
Yeah.
That what a nigga do. Bitch, we might steal your car, break in your house,
Yeah.
beat you up,
Yeah.
shoot you, fuck your old lady, you know, anything.
That's how that goes.
Good, you know, Glen Oaks, you know. That's where I'm from, pretty boy, out the gate, you know. You know, I just talk like this, you know, sound like you do. Come on. From Louisiana, my little swag, you know. I ain't from no New Orleans or no shit like that, you know. You know, I was raised in Glen Oaks. My people from New Orleans, my daddy's side of the family, you know. My oldest brother was born in that city. You know, I done lived down there in the night wards, you know. When I was younger, just visiting with my grandmother and shit, but, you know. I was born in the park, but I can't tell you shit about that bitch except number old people. But I was raised in Glen Oaks. I always liked Glen Oaks, you know what I'm saying? Because there was always a bunch of kids in Glen Oaks. You know, they had white folks in Glen Oaks when I first moved out.
Yeah.
When I first moved on Oakside, I wasn't staying on Oakside. We were staying wherever the fuck the streets catch us. You know, my mama was taking care of us and shit. But my grandmother stayed on Oakside.
Yeah.
Yeah, white people in Glen Oaks. And, you know, we was known as pretty boys and shit, you know, but there had a lot of real niggas in Glen Oaks I met, and I'm like, damn, why they keep talking about we pretty boy? But you know, I ain't really understand the history of it just being a black neighborhood coming up. But I like the bitch because the bitch was fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck a nigga, cause if you ain't there, you don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how niggas living. So you know, I rep Glen Oaks till I die. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't stupid just repping that bitch like I'm a killer nigga if he ain't from Glen Oaks. It's just that's where I was born at, you know.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers say we African Americans, bitch. I ain't never been to Africa and I damn sure ain't American.
Yeah.
You know, when they brought us here, part of the thing they did was they took all that from us. So for me to say I'm an Israelite, I'm an African American, or whatever the fuck, I'd be a lie to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the fuck we is. But so it's kind of ignorant, but I'm not repping it in an ignorant state of mind, which at one time, you know, that's how it was. But now that I'm older, you know, but that's what I'm just saying. I remember when crack hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I watched Glen Oaks and a lot of hoods. I watched the whole world kind of change. And you know, I remember when rap hit.
Yeah.
Because I remember before rap was out.
Yeah.
You know, I remember BET when it, you know, it had Donnie Simpson and, you know, they only had Rap City for, you know, like 1 hour.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was back to them slow jams and shit, you know what I'm saying? 8-tracks and shit.
Yeah.
Atari. I remember before video games was out, nigga play chess. Nigga used to go outside, play football, you know, slap box.
Yeah.
Box, do all kind of fun shit, but it's kind of like, you know, it was always, you know, a regular life, but then, you know, when crack hit, it kind of changed everybody's mentality.
Yeah.
And that movie Scarface ain't make it no better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, crack was out here. And really and truly, before crack hit, a little child couldn't ask an older man or talk to an older man like he was on their level.
Yeah.
But when crack hit, it don't matter if you 10 years old. You can walk up to an older man and talk to him and jump in the game because he trying to get off this crack, this new shit.
Yeah.
He trying to flood the streets with this shit.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter how old you was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we used to hustle that shit on corners and shit. You know, I was raised on Oakside.
Yeah.
The niggas that's on the script was really from the back.
Yeah.
We call that the back of Glen Oaks. You know, Oakside on back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you wasn't from Oakside on back, you really couldn't hang on that script.
Yeah.
You know, you maybe had 1 or 2, 3 niggas that really actually lived on the Circle K strip. You know, my nigga B, my nigga Jew,
Yeah.
you know, my
Uh-huh.
nigga Shep. You know, they actually lived on the Circle K strip, but
Yeah.
yeah, most of us, we'll just hang up there. I ain't really had to hang up there too much, though.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't had to go on the Circle K strip to sell drugs. I could sell them bitches in front of my grandmother's house, because that bitch used to roll all day, you know.
Yeah.
My first time selling dope, I was about 10 years old, you know what I'm saying? About 10, I think I sold like a 2 for 20. I ain't even know what the shit was. Nigga gave me the shit and told me hustle this shit. And then, you know, I ain't really fuck with this shit too much no more. Then, you know, when I was about 13, I'll never forget. I was coming from shooting basketball at Forest Heights one day, and nigga pulled up on me in a Cadillac and say, "Man, what you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm coming from shooting basketball. Man, I ain't gonna call a nigga name, you know, to protect the innocent, you know what I'm saying?" But, nigga picked me up, told me get in the Cadillac, him and my nigga Jew. So I get in the Cadillac, it's about 6 o'clock, street lights about to come home. I'm like, I'm about 11. Matter of fact, I'm gonna quit lying. About 12 now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I get in the Cadillac, you know, with the basketball. Nigga tell me, throw the basketball out the fucking window, what you doing?
Yeah.
Nigga threw on there, I'll never forget what song was playing. It was that Mr. B. We was in a photo Fleetwood Lake with the Vogue. No rims on that bitch, all green leather seats.
Yeah.
We beating up, and I look on the seat, and I seeing all this dope and shit, all this money. I'm looking at the guns, you know. And I'm getting infatuated with this shit. You know, we riding around going to Dacra shops. You know what I'm saying? That's when Coleman was open.
Yeah.
You know, over there in Scotland, they had Coleman's, the liquor store. So we went to the Dacra shop over there, P&S over there in Scotland. You know, over there by Southern University. Everybody, you know, big shout outs to them Southern University, them Jaguars.
Yeah.
You know, representing that BR.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? So we was out there, you know, doing it. But after that, you know, that same day, the police got behind us. Nigga told me, look, I'ma hit a couple of blocks. Nigga, like, you a youngster. You know, you take everything, and if you get away, you can have it. Jump out the car.
Real talk.
Real shit.
Yeah.
I grab everything. Jump out that bitch. People pull off. Nigga come back, get me, I jump back in the car, woo, everything all good, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, after that, you know, I became kind of infatuated with the drug selling and shit, you heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was infatuated with the shit. I started hustling that shit, making little nickels and dimes, but that's a lot to a nigga, you know, in middle school.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then I'm looking at how the money is coming in, so it's changing the hoods, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remind you, though, nigga got street credit just from where they from.
Yeah.
You know, they had big OGs from over there in that curve. My nigga Ken Scott, he dead, you know.
Yeah.
You had niggas like him, R.I.P., you know. We had Boogie, R.I.P., Big Dog, you know what I'm saying? We had niggas in that curve, you know.
Yeah.
Leroy Franklin, you know, up that road right now, my nigga, you heard me? That's my people, you know what I'm saying? You know, we had big dogs back there with them hangs. Niggas wasn't shooting back then. And if you couldn't fight, you couldn't really sell dope in Glen Oaks. So if you wasn't from that back, you know, you wasn't gonna make it on that strip and shit like that. And I had a ghetto pad just cause I'm from Oakside, but I had to fight too though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really get off into that rap shit cause I feel like a nigga told me, you know, like Plies say, I've been listening to R&B. Cause I ain't about to let you fake ass rap niggas lie to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I
a
go.
lot of these rap niggas, you know, they presenting dreams and shit, and it's shit that I can't relate to, you know. Man, I be feeling a lot of motherfuckers, you know. I like the nigga Trey songs, he do his shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I listen to a little Trey songs here and there. I like the nigga Miguel.
Yeah.
That nigga shit be popping.
Yeah.
You know, for the R&B artists that's coming up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I really like the nigga, what's this nigga named Anthony Hamilton?
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga, that cold-blooded, that nigga the truth, you know, but I don't really get off into that rap shit. I do listen to rap, it gonna be some old school shit. It gonna be some old school rap shit that Tupac, E40, C-Bo, 8 Ball MJG, UGK,
Right.
Scarface, you know, mystical.
Legendary.
You know what I'm saying? I listen to that Juvie all day though. I ain't gonna lie, Juvie the great. Juvie got me through my divorce.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, you know, he got me through my divorce, him skipping Wacko, cause you know, I listen to some shit they say. But you know, I listen to my nigga Kel shit, you know, that nigga Kel be dropping some shit out Baton Rouge, but you know, them niggas gotta pop off, but they on that real shit, you know, the streets that kinda switched up, but you know, they got a couple of niggas, you know, Lil Shep,
Yeah.
you know. They got niggas in Baton Rouge, I listen to Lil Shep, you know, that nigga Kel, them niggas be dropping some hot shit, man.
Right.
You know, I really fucks with them niggas, man.
Right.
I got a little nigga out the hood, this bitch can flow his ass out, but he just, you know, he just can't get right. You know, my little nigga, man, my little nigga in the hood, but if the bitch could ever get right, the bitch will really do some things, you know what I'm saying? For real, though, he got a lot of hot shit, but it's just, you know, it's all time, and, you know, everybody got their time, you know?
Right. Right.
I did 8.5 flat on one occasion. That was one time in my life. I went to jail when I was 15 years old. I robbed and shot some people, man, a lot of people. And I deserved what I got.
Yeah.
But I was blessed to get 15 years. You know, they tried me as an adult.
Yeah.
So I wasn't around a bunch of youngsters. So my mind elevated
Right.
at a young age where they had started trying niggas as a juvenile, as an adult.
Right.
I ain't go to LTI when I was 15. I was sitting in Baton Rouge Parish Prison talking to old ass niggas that was trying to fuck a nigga off top.
Yeah.
This ain't LTI, this ain't no Bridge City, this ain't no bullshit. You know, these niggas trying to get at you, and I'm 15. I ain't nothing but fucking 5'8", 100 pounds, wet with boots on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in this bitch with niggas. I'm thinking I'm Billy Badass, but they got niggas out in that bitch that'll eat you.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to kind of adjust to that shit, but you know, it made me realize, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot more shit, because to tell the truth, the older niggas wasn't as wild as the younger niggas. The older niggas kind of set a nigga down and like, you kill a nigga if you have to, don't fuck with punks, you know, don't get no nigga business, shit like that, don't be no rat nigga, no I'm a solid nigga, you know, I fought back.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't never rat, I ain't never fuck with no punks, I ain't no bitch ass nigga, I fought every day I had
You
to.
was boxing up there?
I wasn't boxing, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't boxing, I wasn't doing none of that shit, man. I was praying, man, praying to get the fuck out there, man. They got some faggots in that bitch, some faggot, ratting ass niggas, man. They got some A's in that bitch. You gotta be watching who you beat up and shit, you know. You gotta watch shit, man. Just be careful. Niggas will jug you too.
Yeah.
And you don't wanna catch another charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just had to be careful, know how to dip, dive, and move. It's a one-time thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's a one-time thing for me. You know, I'm the type of nigga, I ain't gonna keep bumping my head. You know, if fool me once, you ain't gonna fool me twice.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how that go, man.
If you trying to change the world, I think that you can change or make a big change or a big difference in everything in the world. I think you're wasting your time. And I think it got a lot of people wasting their time trying to change the world and change everybody. If the Bible is only written to give you examples of stuff that has happened. Jesus came here because they wouldn't believe. And when he came here, they killed him. They killed Martin Luther King, they killed Malcolm X, they killed Tupac. If they couldn't change people, what makes you think you can? You have to play your position and do what you came here to do. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes saying fuck them nigga is the best way, because some people want to be gay.
Yeah.
You can't hate them. Fuck
Yeah.
them. Tell them go suck a dick. Some people want to be drug dealers. You can't hate them. Fuck them. Go sell drugs. You can't really change people and elevate people's mind and tell these little dudes they can't wear skinny pants and they look gay. Fuck it. Let them do them.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you gonna do, you know, it is what it is. You know, I could pray for you and try to give you some advice. Woo the woo if you want it or you looking for it. But most of these dudes, they getting money out. You want people to change, you have to change. When I got shot in my stomach, somebody came to me, and the way I got shot, it was real fucked up, and I got ratted on. It was real fucked up. My partner, when I got shot though, you know, I was in the hospital on life support, you know what I'm saying? I almost died, bro, and shit really real, brother. When nigga ratted on me, you know, niggas sending him pictures and niggas sending me pictures in jail showing me my niggas that supposed to be my niggas all in Texas with this nigga, like they boy, like they don't give a fuck about me. Nigga ain't sending me a dime. I forgave all them niggas. When I come home from jail after doing 8.5, ain't nobody send me nothing. I forgave everybody, bro. I showed nothing but love. I showed nothing but love. If you ever seen the movie Juice, I felt like killing everybody. Like, fuck this. Maybe all you bitches wanted him to rat on me. I don't fucking know. I feel like I'm against the fucking world. But I forgave them bitches. Because I read the Bible and stuff. And I forgive a lot of people for a lot of shit. What I'm trying to say is, when I got shot and I almost died, is one question. One thing you do before you about to die, you're gonna start praying for forgiveness because you blacking out. You're gonna feel yourself blacking out and you know it just happened. Bam, like, oh shit, I done got shot, fuck, I might not make it. And you start praying and you blacking out, then you come back and then you keep asking, please forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. And the one thing motherfucker told me was, why you couldn't forget him? You know, but I did. So I was kind of at peace knowing that it was a reason that I kind of had gotten that Bible and stuff and prayed. So the way I see the future going is, as long as you hoes keep putting these niggas on child support, whether you right or wrong, if you know that's making that nigga hate you that much or causing that confusion, let it go. You ain't doing nothing but cause confusion between you and your kids, not letting your baby daddy see the kids. Everybody is like, if it's their situation, then they gonna do what they do. But you steady say, stop the violence, stop this shit. I'm gonna say this here. They got a nigga out here that's rat, but he your brother. It's kind of hard for you to say fuck all these ratting ass niggas, cause that's your brother. If you got a cousin that's a rat, it's kind of hard for you to say fuck all the rats, cause that's your brother or your cousin. It's kind of hard for you to say fuck all the faggots, because that might be, you got a brother that's a faggot or a cousin that's a faggot or a homeboy that's a faggot that you just don't kind of want to say that shit. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna keep this shit professional on the video, but cause my nigga asked me, but I'm the type of nigga, at first, I really just wanted to come out here and say all y'all niggas' names and say fuck y'all. All you faggot ass niggas, all you ratting ass niggas, I really wanted to say fuck all y'all. I really wanted to say fuck a lot of you motherfuckers, because it's wrong in a godly sense. But then again, I had to be humble with it. Though I forgive you, it's fuck you. A lot of people have been to this dead end, bro. A lot of hoes, you know, a lot of niggas. There's a lot of shit that been through this house. But you know, this where I be at. You know, this my shit. Wherever I be at, I make it into something. You can put me in Japan on any fucking where. The next day you gonna hear, man, that bitch be jumping in the pan. Some shout outs, man, to my nigga Lil Will, but locked up, you know, real nigga. One of the only niggas gave me something, threw me something when I came out of jail. You know, outside from elementary to the penitentiary, you know, real nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'll be glad to see my nigga touch down, you know. Send a shout out to my nigga E out there in the park. My cousin June, you know what I'm saying? Send a shout out to a lot of real niggas. Chris Chapman, Vecchio, you know. Them niggas there, you know, we come up from the mud, you know. All the people who sent me shit, you know, through Facebook, whatever, came see me when I was in the hospital, you know, fucked up on my deathbed.
Right.
And fuck a nigga who didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? To everybody who wish I died, you know, I forgive you. But you know, it's just, you know, it is what it is. You know, send a shout out to my mama, you know what I'm saying? Cause she born a nigga out of jail and shit. And I go to the bitch buku town, Silverleaf, Oakside, you know, everywhere that I'm saying, that jungle, everything, you know what I'm saying? Them O's in this bitch, rest in peace, Herb, you know what I'm saying? That's how a nigga do it. What up to my nigga Mel? Rest in peace, Lil Joe. Yeah, my nigga. Rest in peace, R.I.P., JP, Randy,